Overcome by making a deal with another evil? Don't bring your metaphysics into this. Stop blaming your own incompetence on cosmic forces. The side of good isn't weak. It's you. Damn! That's quite a debate. My heart's with you, Social, but I bet my money on Regil. No shit. What does your faith say about it? It's a temptation, but I must overcome it. Their cruelty stirs indignation in me, and I'd like to believe it's righteous, but they call their spirit or their spite righteous anger. I shouldn't be like them. I shouldn't answer evil with evil, but goddess, it's so hard. I often notice the wise often think their way into traps that a simple man wouldn't even dream of. You don't like that we are strong, but you don't train to become stronger than us. Because for you, it would mean becoming like us. What can I say to that? Stay weak. Dude, Regil is a badass. You really haven't been yourself since the imposter showed up. The things he said about my brother, I admit I want to grab him by the throat and squeeze so hard his spine cracks. It's a dirty, unworthy desire, but I can't get rid of it. And worse, I think the reason I'm so angry is because I'm afraid he's telling the truth. Hold on, brother. If you need to talk, drink, or forget anything, or howl your grief to the moon, come to me, I'll support you. War is hard on good people. But this war isn't hard on you, 𝐂𝐶. What does that mean? Oh! Ember! It means I'm a paladin, damn it. One of the many swords of the gods, forged and honed specifically for the war against those who want to see good people suffer. That is what makes us different from healer clerics and from nuisances like you, kiddo. Not a good comeback. Sorry, 𝐂𝐶. Let's go. After we loot. It's going to make us pick up each individual item. At least that one was magical.
Careful now.
Some traps around here too. There's just a half body here. Bodies torn to pieces, steel armor crumpled like paper. Alright, let's do... Oh, stop. Pump the brakes. Oh, no, she got it.
I hope you appreciate this.
Oh, I so appreciate... Oh, no, God. That's the wrong move.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
You not stepping on a trap that you're going to disarm.
I am helpful, am I not?
I don't know. I had to stop you from stepping on a trap that you had already seen. I don't know how helpful you really were.
What's over there?
I wonder.
Oh, there's something up here.
I see blood. Blood!
We just got a bunch of stuff.
This one's mine.
I was not prepared for that fight.
The world has suffered enough. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
There we go. All right. Nothing else to loot? No? We're
I
good.
am truly sorry.
And we fell. That was fantastico. That's because I trusted. I only had him selected when I clicked on it. That's why. That's what happened. All right. Hey, while we're down here, let's check out the knapsack in a tree. Is that an invading army? Oh, we got two of them. Cool. Good to know. Actually, speaking of gooding to know. Oh, who are these fancy lads? Those are lads, right? I don't know. Kind of effeminate features there. Duelists. Oh yeah, we won't be using them. Heck, yes. Give me more. We got the Devas there too. And let's close that out. We're gonna have to move them. Crusader Army 8. Move them out. And then come back and buy these guys. Jesus. Church guards, clerics. Well, I think the clerics and the conscripts are both going to the backups, right? Yes. So that'll be good. Man, look at that. 55 movement. That's fantastic. God, we have so many stinking armies again. Ugh, it's disgusting. What do we got going on here? The Runaway. It has been revealed that one of the Crusaders is a criminal on the run. 1 year ago, that knight murdered a noble in 𝐚𝐻 and escaped justice. The killer repented and joined the Crusader army to atone for sin. But the daughter of the murdered aristocrat wants vengeance and requests that the criminal be arrested and tried. So what do we get here? We gain 3,000 finance points. Take the repentant knight under protection. Crusade morale increases by 15, which we won't need. Give the vengeful noble the murderer's head. Provides family heirloom. We'll have to see what that is. Do away with the vengeful noble and her treasures. Unlocks the unscrupulous heir decree. Okay, so what is that? Add 7,000 gold, 5,000 finance points, 50 material points, and 25 energy points. And that's killing her. Yeah. What's this one give us? Family heirloom. Unholy flail +4. An unholy weapon is imbued with unholy power. This power makes the weapon evil aligned and thus bypasses the corresponding damage reduction. It deals an extra 2d6 points of damage against all creatures of good alignment. Unfortunately, we're still not going to be facing off good aligned things. So I think I'm going to do the real evil thing and do away with the vengeful noble and get her treasures. Because the gold's nice, the finance points are nice, material point, yeah, that's all fantastic. See, it pays to be evil, kids. No, not really. This is actually one of the hardest playthroughs that I've done, simply because I don't normally play evil characters. While it's fun to have the snarky one-offs every once in a while, this is tough to think like that. Darian will invite the noble to Dresden to take her revenge, but she will perish on the way under mysterious circumstances, and the young woman's inheritance will go to Darian, who is a distant relative of her family. Wow. It's pretty messed up. We probably should rest. We have a couple. Well, let's keep going. Ugh. Should have rested.
Crusading isn't that boring after all.
Sweet baby Jesus. What do we got here?
Begone, fiend!
I'll hit you! You won't stop us.
I should have just taken control of that ghoul. That would have been cool. We picked up a bunch of other stuff too. Maybe we rested. What did we get? Newest to oldest. So, oh, we did get some diamonds. Nice. Got a wand of cure moderate wounds. Flaming dagger. Meh. Living flame. Whenever the wearer of this cloak channels energy to harm undead, For the next 2 rounds, they become surrounded with a fire shield. It deals 1d6 plus character level fire damage to the attackers for each successful melee attack against the wearer, but only when they channel energy to harm undead. That's weak sauce. Long spear +1, flail +1. Okay, so maybe we didn't get anything really, really good. That's all right, though. What's the ring? Just a ring. Okay. Dude, count looks awesome.
This way.
Would you two hurry up? Not yet. Oh! Iridescent streaks appear in the bilious violet sky above the deserted lands. The streaks are not like ordinary Golarion rainbow. They look more like an oil dropped in water. The sweltering haze in the sky seems to waver along with the streaks. Time and again, one of the commander's party spots some movement out of the corner of their eye and reaches for their weapon, only to immediately realize they were mistaken. The ground underfoot turns a muddy gray, covered in a dense layer of ash expelled by geysers. Curious natural phenomena not uncommon in these parts. In the distance, barrows can be seen, appearing only as vague piles of rocks in the haze. The wind whips clouds of ash into the faces of the commander and his party. Along with the ash, the wind ushers in ragged gray clouds that shroud the sky. A giant eye of cloud unblinkingly watches the commander and his party from above. One can only imagine how insignificant the creature struggling across the land must seem from such a height. In a break in the clouds, the white of the sky's eye pulses, ready to burst like a boil. The dark cloud of the pupil grows blacker still. The commander decides to... Now it says choose character. Okay. I'm the best one at freaking Knowledge World? How is that possible? All right, Social. Social observes that in the wind, the ordinary storm clouds cannot coalesce into clear shapes. The air throbs with peril. There's no mere storm. What's brewing is something brought by the abyss and possible only in the wound. Who has the best mobility? Regil? Really? And again, how am I the... Make for the barrows. Yeah, I kind of figured that was coming. As the party runs for cover, the black pupil of the cloud eye looms, watching their flight. Something suddenly drops from the sky, landing with a splat at the commander's feet like an overripe fruit. It's white, about the size of a chestnut. It has a dark center, and the longer the commander stares at it, the more it seems like something is staring back. The fruit looks disturbingly like an eyeball. The whirlwind of ash stops the party from looking up to see what is happening in the sky. Perhaps a carrion bird was transporting its already rotting prize home. At least that's what all the companions are hoping as they cluster along around the milky white eyeball. A second eyeball lands nearby with an unpleasant squelch, leaving only a bloody splash on the ash-covered ground. 2 eyeballs cannot be a coincidence. The commander does not even have to speak. Without a word, the party wheels around and races toward the barrows that loom black through the ash. The sickening hail pummels them in the back, shoulders, and heads, leaving wet marks on armor and clothing and soaking their hair in sticky slime. The land around the barrows looks more like a dumping ground than a burial ground. The storms of bleached skulls and bones, rusted armor, and dented swords. This is a familiar sight. More surprising are the arms and legs of golems scattered around the waste. The once snarling faces of animals that now lack all resemblance to their living brethren. Things that look like horse carcasses but with broken mechanical legs. Everything is brown with rust and long forgotten. A battle was fought here once. Through the veil of ash, the party struggles to find the entrance to the barrow. Perception, my crappy +3 knowledge world, or knowledge arcana, which we will be doing. Ember senses the traces of generations upon generations of Sarkorians performing rituals between and inside the barrow mounds to grant their ancestors peaceful slumber. The magical signature unerringly leads her to the entrance. An ash-darkened piece of the casing that covers it crumbles under the slightest pressure. The mouth of the barrow is cool and smells of damp and dust. More of the ash lies underfoot, pressed into a glossy, slippery crust. It's clear that the barrow has been constructed above a cave system. The deliberately carved-out corridors stretching off into the barrow's depths leave room for natural passageways. The wind, wailing through the stalactites in the dark, carries a strange sound similar to a desperate human cry. Help me! Help me! The party strains to hear and decides to... Lore nature? Yes, that's something I'm good at. Find out who the voice belongs to. The longer Draco listens, the more the voice changes. One moment it sounds like the desperate cry of a child. The next, the piercing, ragged scream of a woman. The next, bird song. It cannot be ruled out that he is hearing only what he wants to hear. Go toward the voice. Draco cannot ignore the cries for help, and the party rushes toward the sound, frequently looking around for enemies or traps. A strange thing, the closer they get to the voice, the less distinct the pleas become, blurring into the grinding screech of a rusty mechanism. The only passage leading further into the burrow finishes in a dead end, a spacious cave, its walls decorated in frescoes that have almost entirely faded over time. Before the companions have a chance to decide whether to look for a door or turn back, the cave floor, which seems solid with well-trodden ash, vibrates and begins to ripple like water. One after another, the commander's companions are sucked into the thick, ashy mass like they've stepped into quicksand. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck even worse. The party needs to assess the situation. The party understands that panicking is pointless. Assessing the situation and formulating a plan of action is much more useful. When they stop struggling, they notice that the quick ash seems to loosen its grip and turn. Below, they can hear strange noises like grinding metal. Could there be a mechanism drawing the quick ash downward? The exit from the cave is still too high up, and now the party have only one route out. Down. And both of these suck. I'm going to try this one. No, he can't even do it. Even if you rolled a 20, it would only be a 27. That's just begging for it. Closing his eyes tight, the commander takes a deep breath and dives. The quagmire's resistance vanishes as expected. The commander opens his eyes, sensing that he is in freefall. Through the gloom, he sees a spear sticking out parallel to the ground, and he manages to grab hold of the wood and hang suspended from it. Suddenly, everything jolts into action. Dozens of daggers, saws, swords, and spears spring out from all sides, whistling through the air. But this is no enemy ambush. The weapons are being brandished by the pistons and loudly scraping gears of a giant mechanism. The spear that saved the commander was so rusted in its position that it no longer able to move. The party has found itself in the heart of a giant metal flower growing up out of the ashy quagmire covering the floor. The Uranag, built by the forges of the abyss, tries to close its petals, crushing, mashing, and cutting its victims to pieces. But years of lying dormant in the darkness have taken their toll. Its articulations move with a soul-shuddering screech and become easily jammed. The mummified bodies of unlucky Crusaders can still be seen hanging speared on rusted blades. If the commander wants to avoid their fate, he must... we're going to do that one, right? Yeah, definitely doing that one. Even a magical mechanism is still a mechanism. From above, the commander has a good view of the Uranag's inner workings. Large toothed wheels are set into motion by gear shafts. It all becomes clear. If the gear shafts can be jammed, the movement will stop. The commander is almost out of time. Another few moments and it will all be over. Realizing that a simple escape isn't possible, the commander decides to try jamming the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐼 main mechanism in the heart of the flower. He looks around for something sturdy and finds... I'm going to go with the tower shield on the back of a dead warrior. The commander, as she died, the female warrior tried to hide behind her tower shield, but it did not save her. The closing petals pinned her to her shield, forevermore fusing them together as one whole. The commander plants his feet against the shield and pushes, trying to dislodge it, but it doesn't move an inch. Hammer. The body of the paladin, clutching a warhammer in his hands of bone, hangs from one of the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻𝐼's hammers pointing directly upward. The commander's lucky that this warrior chose to meet his death with weapon in hand. The commander drags the body toward him and grabs the hammer, but the servant of light grips it still surprisingly strong and refuses to relinquish the weapon. The bone arms are easily ripped from the skeleton's shoulders, still holding the hammer. The commander tosses the lot into the heart of the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻. The hammer falls, sparking off the gears and getting stuck between them. With a furious screeching and scraping, the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻 tries to grind up the hammer, but it cannot. A tremor travels up the petals. There's a deafening cracking sound, and the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻 stills forever. After carefully extracting themselves from the clutches of the broken 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻, the commander and his party find themselves up to their knees in ashy sludge once more. But this time, it's only harmlessly squelching under their feet as they walk. A dark breach yawns before them, and the cry the commander heard at the entrance to the barrow rises up again. Help me. Since there is no other route, the commander decides to see if there is anything of value in the Crusaders' bodies. Yes, it's a perfect time to loot. Nice. The commander searches the Crusaders' bodies. What the dead no longer need may prove useful to the living. Fortune smiles on him. The party will be leaving the 𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻's cave richer than when it went in. After all its ordeals, the party finally goes up to the surface and emerges in a small chamber. Pipes protrude from numerous openings dotted all over the walls, and they connect to a small box adorned with Baphomet's symbol. The box cries out, producing high, plaintive noises that, when carried through the pipes, begin to sound something like "Help me." The commander knows that this is just another demonic mechanism created to lure Crusaders into the barrow. He smashes the box, scattering small bolts and gears across the room. Silence reigns. There are no secrets left in this place now. And we got Fencer's Gift and 2,300 gold coins. What is Fencer's Gift? It's gloves. Okay. These gloves grant the wearer +3 damage bonus to the second weapon when dual wielding or wielding a two-handed weapon. The wearer has weapon training ability and is wielding a weapon gives bonus to this increases by +2. These are perfect for Reginald. I would think that they would be perfect for the one holding the rapier, but no, because the gnome hook hammer is two-handed, but fights as two single weapons, main hand, offhand. Oh yeah, Reginald, you just got more stout, dude. Yep, that's fantastic. All right, perfect. Rest. Sort. We're not cooking mulled wine because we ain't got a hearty meal. He's got that. She's got that. They both have that. And oh, manage. Okay, no. Hearty meal. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. And between the two of us, we should get this somewhat sorted. Yeah, that's gonna be great. We're gonna screw it up, aren't we? Totally gonna screw it up. I read the book by one of the great thinkers that further we are from civilization, the less civilized we become. As those stone walls, law scrolls, and the expectation to eat a table laid with a tablecloth are all that stands between us and barbarism. If that is true, I am reluctant to see a more feral Darren Arendelle. This is also true. Hey, look at that. Okay. Why is there still a question mark there? Maybe because we need to move away. Now, is there Legacy of the Ancients? Have we been there? Yes. This is much faster. We've hit all of that. We've hit all of this. There is literally no place else for us to go. Well, that's not true. We can go with the Hand of the Inheritor, but we're waiting on the Queen for that. So, let's see what's going on at home with Decrees. What's up, Decrees? Look at that, back at 20. Unscrupulous Heir. Oh, yeah. That'll be a fun one to do. Economy. Yep. So we have nothing to do right now. We're not doing that one. All right. Command. Where are... So we have one over here, right? This one way down here. This group is moving. Where's the other group? Is it this one? I don't know. Let's get out of this map. Let's go back to the main map. There's not... Is it this one? It must be that one. All right. Regardless, let's get these guys down here. So they'll be coming up to Winter Sun. Yep, okay. '91. Woo, smoking. Okay, backups. Let's get you guys maybe over here. Oh, how funny that we lined up right then. Might as well take these guys over here. I can bring down those extra... not those guys. Here. You guys can come down to here. Nope. Okay. Add those guys, these guys. She can go away. We don't have room for her. This is a hell of an army here. Okay, you can come back up here to Lost Chapel. Okay, and then where's the other one? There. We'll bring them down here. There. Okay. Go here. There. And oh, she has another spot open. Church guards. I mean, seriously. They have 182 hit points, though. I probably don't want church guards.